Today we're going to work on finding the volume of shapes like cylinders, something like a silo, or what we call prisms. A Rubik's Cube is a square prism because one face is a square. An Xbox is a good example of a rectangular prism because the front side is a rectangle. Okay, the idea of volume, is volume is what is inside. If I would take this can and I was going to drop in water and it would fill up, okay, like starting from here, and it would fill up a little bit at a time. Depending on how much water I could put into this entire figure, that would be the figure's volume. Okay, so how do we find volume? Well, the easiest way is what we call a face. Okay, so if the front face of this is right here, if we find the area of that one face and then take it times the depth going backwards like this, that'll be its volume. In the case of a rectangular prism like this, the formula would then break down to be volume is equal to base times height, or right here, this is the area of a face times the depth. That's what I want you to really get in your head. The idea of you take the area times one face times the depth, and that'll give you the volume. Now there's a short video that'll explain it a little bit better. Alright, so once we've seen that, we have to understand that we have to find a face times the depth. So if we're doing volume here of this Rubik's Cube, I'm going to find the area of the red face here. Well, I know its base is 3 and its height is 3. So I take 3 times 3, and this is a face. And now I have to multiply that times the depth, which if this is our face, the depth is going backwards like that, or 3 here. Well, this is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. The label for volume, since we're taking 3 things multiplied by each other, is going to be, not centimeters, inches cubed. The other way to think of it is this is a 3-dimensional object, so our label needs to be in 3 dimensions. A 2-dimensional object, like a piece of paper, has the label of centimeters squared, because it's 2 dimensions. Okay, down here, a rectangular prism has a base of 4, a height of 4, and a 3-dimensional measurement of 6 meters. Well, if you want to find out how to draw these things, come and talk to me outside of class, or if you already know how, that's great. But I like to draw my pictures. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it's okay. Base of 4, height of 4, 3-dimensional measurement of 6. So I have to find the area of this front face. Well, that's 4 times 4. There's my face. Times the depth measurement of 6. So this becomes 24 times 6, which is 144 meters cubed. Okay. I want you to try this one on your own. Alright, lots of ways you could do this one, but the easiest way would be taking this front face, this 5 times this 18 right here, and that should give us 90. Take that times our depth, which is 8. So 90 times 8 should be 720 centimeters cubed. Let me just make sure that's correct. 1 second. Bingo. All right. Now I want you to try these two. Now understand these are triangular prisms, but the idea should be the same. Area of the front face times the depth. Okay, so this one, well, my front face is right here. So 8 times 10 divided by 2. That's my front face. Times my depth of 15. Well, this is going to be 80 divided by 2 is 40. So my volume is going to be 40 times 15, which is a big number. 600. And the label is going to be feet cubed. Over here, same idea. My volume of my front face is 1 times 3 divided by 2, so 1.5 times my depth of 10. So my volume is going to be 15 centimeters cubed. There you go. Last shape we're going to be working with is that silo figure, or what we call a cylinder. Okay? The idea is the same, though. That area of the base, or an area of a face, times the height or depth. It depends which way the shape is looking. If it's tilted up like a silo, that has to be done that way. If it's tilted back toward the front, then it can be done differently. Okay? So, well, the area of the base is going to be pi times r squared. Well, our shape up here has an r of 2, so that means that this is going to be 4 times pi, because it's 2 squared times pi, times our height, which is 8. Well, you could multiply this out as a decimal, or you could leave it as 32 pi, that's our number, inches cubed. Or I could multiply it out, 32 times pi, it's going to be around 100, 100.53 inches cubed. Once again, that area of the face times the depth, or an area of a base times the height, same thing. So down here, this thing has a radius of 12 and a huge height of 40. Well, if the radius is 12, that means that area of that face is going to be 12 squared times pi. And then we have to multiply it times the height, which is 40. Well, this is a big number, but it becomes 144 times pi times 40. Lots of different ways you can do this, but I'm just going to multiply it out as one number. So it gives me 18,096 about. Oops. Let me use the 0 in here. Yep. Feet cubed. And that's the volume of the silo. Okay. So the assignment is posted online. Make sure you can do these. They are tricky, so take your time.